Hi and welcome to another video from me, Julia, the single mum entrepreneur. And on my channel I talk about ways to make money online. Now these may be small ways to make extra cash, or it may be ways that you can actually earn a full-time income online, or maybe it's just a way for you to build a profitable side hustle whilst you're working in your full-time job. But today what we're going to talk about is a way that you can make a few $100s per week just by clicking on and creating YouTube thumbnails. So please stick around for the whole video. Wait until the end, because then you'll be able to get all the steps. Make sure that you don't miss any important steps in this process. And without further ado, let's get started. And so before we get started, I'd just like to remind you to subscribe to my channel and then also to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my content and get notified when I release a new video. So before we get started, we're just going to look at what a thumbnail is. So if you go on YouTube, I've just searched dropshipping because that is something else that I also have. That's another online business that I have. So if you look here, so these are the thumbnails. So if you go down, you can see it's just basically the image that is kind of promoting what the video is about. So generally, you know, the more eye-catching the thumbnail is, the more likely people are to click on them. So people do often design their own, but sometimes they go and they ask other people to design them for them. So if we just go down, there's just a kind of a range of different types. You know, they kind of generally often they may well use the actual person in them, the actual creator of the video. Some bold text to make them stand out, but you could basically search any topic and just have a look at the kind of thumbnails that people use in order to promote their video and to make it actually stand out. So a lot of YouTubers don't actually have time to do these thumbnails themselves. So I'm going to show you this site here where you can actually go and make thumbnails for free. It's a very simple, straightforward process to do, and it's also a lot of fun. So this site is actually called picmaker.com. So it says design done right, create yours for free. Let me just lower that there. So there's also a little video there if you want to watch that. If you just go down, it says why is graphic design a big deal? So obviously this is kind of very much the whole topic of graphic design. And they've got lots of different templates here. As you can see, what's inside PicMaker, they've got 100,000 plus graphic elements completely free. They've got, you can create the perfect YouTube thumbnail with their different effects and so on. And then there's also, you know, quick guide as to how to, you know, make your thumbnail here. But we're actually going to look at how you actually do the thumbnail. So let's just dive right in. I've actually already created an account, so what you need to do, let me just move my window here. What you would need to do is actually just click on sign up, and then you can get started. So I'll just keep my window down here for the time being. So once you've got logged in, once you've signed up, quick, you can sign up with Facebook or Google, email, whatever's easiest. And then when you go in, you've just got this very, very simple dashboard. It just says you can create your first awesome thumbnail. So for example, so you can do YouTube banners, YouTube thumbnails, Instagram TV thumbnails, and also a custom size as well. Okay, so we're just going to create a YouTube thumbnail. So just click on YouTube thumbnails, just says it's loading. It's just going to load the editor for us. Okay, so then what it will do is it will say that you can obviously check a little tutorial. It's got an 11-minute tutorial. So what we're going to do is just look at how we build a template, basically, or how we build out a template to make our YouTube thumbnail. So as you can see, there's lots of there are lots of options here, different options for different different kinds of thumbnails. So there's plenty to choose from. Also, they've got the properties here, so you can add photos, stickers, icons, different frames. If you've ever used Canva before, canva.com, you can also use build logos and thumbnails in Canva. It's not a dissimilar interface, I have to say. So there's also backgrounds, so you can choose different colours. So you could actually build one completely from scratch rather than using a template. Also, it has the different the kinds of text that you can use here. You can add just a plain bold titles, or you can use the text that's the kind of styles that are here. You can also upload your own sort of JPEGs files or your own image files. So let's just take an example. So say it was somebody who did a cooking channel, for example, and they said, well, we'd like you to do a thumbnail for us. Then as you can see here, there's different elements that you can swap out. So if you click on there, for example, so you can see there's a box there. It's got the color, so you can change the color. For example, that brings that up. You could change it to blue, for example. And then there's the bottom, the fries, the word fries. You can change that to red or pink or whatever. And then you could even change the image. So if you wanted to swap out the image, you can do that. You could add another image. You can delete that particular image. There's also if we just click on these buttons here, just go to that one there. So this is the settings. So as you can see, when you click on the settings button, it's got different filters. You can go to one side, so you can have like a vintage kind of filter. That's sunlight, so that makes it look very bright. That's more of a black and white, which obviously you wouldn't want because we're doing a foodie picture. That's just the normal one. So there's a sort of a retro looking one. Like I said, that's very vintage looking. If we go for sunlight, that makes it look very bright. And then obviously you can alter the different, so there's different tints here. You can alter the tint slightly. You see it's changing a little bit. You can alter the brightness. So you can even change, if you look at the whole background, as it says here, so that's flip. So if you do that, it will flip the photo around. Obviously you wouldn't want that because then it's hiding the chef. You can also remove the background. So that's what that is there. So if you had one, you wanted to remove the background, you could do that. So it would do like sort of auto background removal, edit the image and so on. But obviously if you watch the tutorial, you can learn how to do this properly. And then also you can crop it and so on. And what you can also do is you can, you could delete that image. Say you wanted to replace it with another image and you found another image online, then you could actually just delete that image. So for example, if we go, so we've got that's here, for example, so we can actually just delete that image. I'll say, do you want to delete? And we go, yes. And then we've just got a plain background. So then we could actually just add another background. We could add a custom color, or we could actually, if we wanted to upload a different photo, so we could actually get a photo and upload another picture and put that behind. So say for example, we were doing this for someone who had their own custom photo they wanted to upload. They gave us their own photo. Then we could add their own JPEG file, rather. It's going to be a JPEG file or PNG JPEG. Then you could just upload it there. Of course, if you do make a mistake, then you could just click on the back arrow and there it will be again. So of course what you can also do is add some different text. So say for example we said, well, okay, we're just going to delete that. You just hit your delete key. It's straightforward. Okay, yeah, so let's just say the greatest cooking show of all time. There you go. Sorry, my system is quite slow today. So then you can just make that smaller. So if you grab the corner there, you can do this. You can just make it a little bit smaller. You can just put it in the middle there, for example. Okay, and then you can actually change the text as well. And what you can also do is you can see that obviously I can change the text itself, but also you can change the color theme. So you see it's got a particular theme there. I can change the color, so color 1. So I can actually change certain certain colours. So let's just go ahead. So there you see there, I've changed that to yellow, and obviously that doesn't look that great actually, does it? So I can change it to that kind of red colour. So you can actually change the themes, have a complete play around, and do, you know, quite a bit with this tool. And of course, once you're happy with it, you can preview it. Don't forget to give it a title here. So you just put your title in here. So you can just say cooking thumbnail or whatever you might want it to say, and then you can save it. Now once you've downloaded your thumbnail, once you're happy with it, have a little play around, get the feel of it, what you're going to do is you're going to need to obviously then sell this service. And this is the whole point of this, not just to make a thumbnail, but it's also to sell the service. This is actually why we're doing this, so you can go go ahead and then make several $100s a week just by doing these thumbnails. And what I would recommend is that you actually go, you look through YouTube and you contact people who you think maybe they don't have great thumbnails, where you know that you could maybe do a really good job for them. So I would actually suggest being proactive in that respect and actually going and looking at YouTube and looking in a particular niche, types of videos, and look and think, okay, you know, those thumbnails aren't that great, so I'm just going to go and approach them and you know, just drop a message under one of their videos, or if they've got a contact details, then just say, look, hey, would you like me to design some thumbnails for you? But what you can actually do is you can actually create this service. Either you can offer to work with them directly, or you can direct them to a service that you're going to advertise on this site called People Per Hour. So what you need to do is just go to peopleperhour.com. Here you go. And this is also another freelancing website. There are other ones called Fiverr.com and Upwork.com, and they all have a similar kind of thing. But what we're actually going to do is just going to look at the kind of prices that people are charging for these types of thumbnails. So if you just go to People Per Hour, and obviously you would need to sign up. You will need to sign up and get yourself an account, or sign up as a freelancer. This is actually the place where you would generally sign up. So you would say, I want to work as a freelancer. But if we just go back to the regular site, and as you can see here, this is, I mean, thousands of businesses come to People Per Hour looking for freelancers. And looking for particular skills. So this is actually a platform where you could actually put, you know, quite a lot. If you want to extend your portfolio and offer more services other than just YouTube thumbnails, you can actually put your services on here. So if we just go to YouTube thumbnails, oops, if I can spell thumbnail correctly, it just says find your expert. So for example, so these are people who obviously already have their services. Now People Per Hour will take a small percentage, as all the platforms do. All the freelancing platforms do take a small percentage of each sale. But here are some offers. So here you can see, for example, YouTube thumbnail. So he's only sold 2. He's got 100% rating. So he says he'll do a YouTube thumbnail in 4 hours. For £10, because I'm in the UK, so it's showing it in pounds. But you've seen that once you get the hang of the tool, you could actually create these quite quickly. And as long as your potential clients are being very specific about what they want, you can actually do these pretty fast. So somebody here is charging £20. So design amazing YouTube thumbnail in 3 hours. Now you'll be able to do it in a lot less than that, I assure you, because it's you know, I mean, okay, the client might come back and say, can you change this or that? But ultimately, you may be able to do several of these a day. And if you're charging £20, doing them for different clients, £20 per thumbnail, then obviously over the whole week period, that's going to add up. That's going to add up to a few £100 or dollars. So attractive design in 3 hours. 1 hour responsiveness. Obviously that's 1 hour turnaround time once you inquire. And so on. So it says so he's saying a video link. So basically, as well, somebody might actually have a video that they want the YouTube thumbnail creating for. So they will give you the video link. So there you go. You can just buy now, deliver it in 1 day. But he will be somebody like this will be turning several of these around very, very quickly, as long as he's got the exact instructions from the client. So that's it. And this is basically all you need to do. Now, obviously, what I then suggest is that you then start going to social media. You go to Facebook, you go to Pinterest, for example, and then you actually just start telling people that you can do these YouTube thumbnails. And then you just start kind of promoting yourself, you know, go into, Facebook groups, for example, or go to, kind of local business networking groups and say, look, I can do YouTube thumbnails for YouTube videos. And who knows, the business may grow from there into actually doing more logo design, for example. So that's it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed it. Don't forget to give me a like and a thumbs up, and comment down below if you'd like to ask any specific questions, or if you've got anything else to add. And also, if you want my #1 method for making a full-time income online, then don't forget to click the first link in the description and then follow the steps. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.